Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It's Superplayer Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Last we left off, we had just had a wonderful evening with Satoko and Rika-chan. I guess they came over to see how I was doing, and then somehow they came like right at the right time. I don't know. There's a lot of weird circumstances around that, but it was a nice time nonetheless. So it was fine. Let's view the new tips because we're read this tip that we got yesterday, or it wasn't yesterday, it was a couple days ago that we played this.
俺が保証する。サトコならこの山で籠城して一個下相手くらいなら十分にあしらえるに違いない。
What?
私は知ってるよ。サトコはとある国の特殊部隊に招聘されてトラップの訓練教官をやってたんだ。
Role playing. We're role playing something.
そんな変な話はいいから誰か助けて。
How did it come to this? What traps did we fall for, and how did we fall for them? Mion was caught in a profusely thin pitfall she couldn't escape from, and only her head was poking above the ground. Rena's head was completely covered by a tin bucket. She was squirming around in a vain attempt to remove it. Either of these were really funny, but that's where it ended. At least they had their feet on the ground.
ケイちゃんの方はどう？抜けられそう？早く抜け出しておじさんを助けてよ。
抜け出して助けるのはミオンの方だ。このスマッキ状態の俺に何をしろと言うんだ。
I was wrapped up in a bamboo mat and hanging 2 meters above the ground. What was this trap, and how did I fall into it? Huh? It was Satoko. This all started when they suggested that I was unfamiliar with nature, having grown up in the city, and proposed a little exploration on the mountain.
でもレナもよく裏山は知らないよ。レナじゃ迷子になっちゃう。
裏山ね。小さい頃はよく遊んだけど、ここ何年かはさっぱり。あそこ道を誤るとかなりデンジャラスに迷うんだよな。
裏山なら私たちにお任せですわよ。山が丸ごと私とリカの遊び場なんですもんねえリカ。
おう、それは心強いな。じゃあここは二人の顔を立てて二人の道案内でハイキング。
でもケイチ君、裏山は迷うから遊びに行っちゃいけないって夏休みのしおりにも書いてあるよ。まだ夏休みではありませんですから大丈夫なのですよ。僕たちが道を知ってますから。裏山は昔から私たちの遊び場でございますもの。岩も同然抜け道近道までバッチリでございましたよ。
Okay. Noted, game. Noted. Yes, both Satoko and Rika-chan knew the path like the back of their hands. Thanks to them, we had our fill of fresh air, gorgeous views, and Mother Nature, the likes of which you could never see in the village. But things got strange partway through.
そうそう皆さん、ここからは私が歩いた足跡の通りに歩くんですわよ。
Is Mina-san everybody? I've heard it so much, and I think I've pinpointed exactly what it is. I think it means everybody or everyone.
は？突然何を言い出すんだ？
おとなしくサトコの言うことを聞く方が身のためなのです。あれれ？ねえみーちゃん、ほらこれなんだろうね。引っ張るのかな？
Sudden, weak crash. Jesus. When Rena pulled the kite string, a bundle of bamboo spears fastened to a tree branch all came raining down with a clatter right next to where Rena was standing.
何これ？
懐かしいのですよ。これは確か2年生の2学期にサトコが作ったトラップなのです。危なかったですわね。竹槍の先端には犬の糞が塗ってありますから、気 傷になると後で腐り出しますわよ。
ここはいつからゲリラの戦場になったんだ。
According to Satoko and Rika-chan, earlier in elementary school, Satoko had been on a trap-making craze and set them up along every inch of this mountain.
喜一くん、ひょっとして裏山が立ち入り禁止なのは迷うからじゃなくて危ないからじゃないのかな。
Mion and I both nodded wholeheartedly at Rena's hypothesis.
先を急ぎますわよ。早く戻らないと暗くなってしまい、暗くなったら私だって危ないでございますからね。
But you're the one who brought us to this crazy mountain. Why was an average, healthy Japanese boy like me being forced to deal with life-threatening booby traps? And then, the very moment Satoko and Rika-chan got out of sight was when all three of us got caught in nice little traps together.
誰か出して。私おトイレに行きたいの。
そんなことより誰かこのバケツ取って。
Never mind that.
前が見えない。
おいレナ、あんまり暴れるな。パンツが見えるぞ。
What the f...
見たケイチコが見た。
She better be like smashing a tree, because there's a bucket on her head.
見えてるだろ絶対。バケツかぶってても。
Bucket Rena was using me as a sandbag and Mion was crying. How does she know where I am if she has a freaking bucket on her head?
落とし穴から抜けられなくてかわいそうなのです。もう皆さん、だから言いましたでしょ。私から離れたらいけませんでしたよって。
I finally had an epiphany. Satoko had been so bent on taking everyone out to the mountain because she wanted to brag about all the traps she'd set up here over the years. You could have stopped just at showing them to us. I didn't need to experience how it felt firsthand. Rika-chan pets our three heads in sequence in an incredibly satisfied mood. That was I felt like that was part of the story. Like, I was like into it. I was like, oh, this is the story. I was surprised when we came back to the tip screen. All right, I guess we're going back. Let's go. That was interesting. I guess it was just solidifying the fact that they know the mountains like the back of their hand, and there have been some bodies in the mountains, if I'm not mistaken, in previous games. So that's interesting. I still think, and I think I said it in the last one, and if I didn't, I'll say it again here, that we're going backwards. That it's not necessarily. This made me laugh. Freaking Insult was like, "What is this, Steins Gate?" And I started laughing. That was good. Not so much the fact that we're going backwards in time, but that the story is being told backwards. So like, I'm getting the end of the story first, and then I'm getting. I think that's why everything starts out new. Maybe like something's happening in the beginning. I don't know. Because it would be real easy to hide information if you start at the end and then go towards the beginning. Because if you think about it, at the end of the first one, I died. And at the end of the second one, I don't know if I died. I don't know. I don't know really what happened at the end of the second one. Like, I was going crazy, I think, because, like, she was under my bed. Unless that was actually her, but then they found her dead. That couldn't have been her. Second one was up for, like, I don't know. Anyway, let's get into the story. Mion gleefully announced the beginning of lunch.
いよいよこの中の一人が罰ゲームになるんですわよね。はあ、今日の罰ゲームはちょっとレナ悪いけど思いっきり真剣に作ってきたよ。
In Rena's case, I don't think she'd lose even if she wasn't taking it seriously.
みー、僕たちもそれぞれに頑張りましたのですよ。
今日はさとこもリカちゃんもそれいつもは2人一緒のお弁当だけど今日は一緒だと勝負にならない。
そこは大丈夫です。リカも私もちゃんとそれぞれに用意させていただきましたのよ。わあ、さとこちゃんもリカちゃんも頑張ったんだね。楽しみ楽しみ。
ちょっと意外だったのはケイちゃんがちゃんとお弁当を用意でケイちゃんもさすがやればできるみたいじゃない。
I scratched my head and gave her a dry smile. The bento today had been made entirely by Satoko last night. It had none of my personality, so there wasn't anything that they could praise me for.
ケイチくんのお弁当は楽しみ。
そんな大したものじゃ。夕べのご飯のお惣菜の残りが詰めてあるだけだし。
お夕食の残り物はお弁当の基本なのですよ。
What's it?
夕べのケイチさんのお夕食も分かって一石二鳥ですわね。
Now we'll know your dinner last night to kill two birds. Yeah, why? I revealed that I didn't make my own bento. Okay. So Satoko is like helping me out by not telling them. Ooh, spicy secrets. Spicy. Maybe it's that we're... Maybe that's why we keep dying, is because, like, there's always secrets. There's always some sort of secret that's going on in this stupid shit. Like, I wonder what would happen if we just took a story to tell the truth. Like, 100% of the time. It wasn't too different from someone telling someone to jump off a 100th story window. It wasn't exactly... It was exactly the same as telling someone to die.
でもみーちゃん、今日のお弁当勝負ケイチくんもちゃんと作ってこれたんだから今日はこれ。それもそうですわね。昨日の罰ゲームはケイチさんに自炊を促すための葉っぱみたいなものですし、ケイチもちゃんと作ってこれましたから引き分けなのですよ。
My simple bento with last night's leftovers could never have stood up to everyone else's bento that they made to win. I fully understood Satoko and Rika-chan's concern for me as they tried to end the showdown peaceably. However, the club president, Mion Sonozaki, was not convinced by something like that.
何を甘っちょろいこと言ってるんだか。白黒つけない灰色勝負なんて絶対ごめん。ぶつかったら決着つけなきゃ。手打ちして引き分けなんて遊びでやってんじゃないんだよ。
言うと思って。勝負好きのミオンがこのまま終わらせるわけないよな。
At this rate, I was sure to be the sole loser. But, well, I didn't make this bento after all. Maybe I need to resign myself to my inevitable loss.
ではどうやって勝敗を決めますですか？
相互採点じゃ公平な採点にならない。ここは公開審査と行こうじゃない。みんな全員集合。
Mion commanded everyone who had just started eating using her club president voice.
おじさんたち5人のベスト3までを紙に書いて通っていいかな。
Everyone in class was being used. Everyone in class was used to being dragged into Mion's club activities. Yeah, came the energetic voices here and there. Wait, but then we don't get to eat lunch. What the fuck? Kind of backwards. Everyone already knew the showdown this time involved an utterly fatal punishment game, and they were all very interested in what would happen to whoever lost. Of course, they wanted the thrill of seeing something terrifying.
ではまずは私から行くよ。それ。
Multiple cheers of joy erupted at the brilliant sight.
おせち料理みたいでしたよ。
嘘だ。嘘に決まっ。こんなのどこかの仕出し弁当の中身を写し込んだ純日本風な料理をミオンがあの園崎ミオンが作れるわけがない。
みーちゃん、このくらいは本気になる。めったに本気にならないけど。
おじさんを誰だと思ってるわけ？時間と材料があるなら満館全席だって再現してみせるよ。
Everyone wrote down a score on the note in their hands simultaneously. It made sense. Just the visual impact would give her a perfect score.
じゃあ次は レナもかなり料理は得意だ。
レナのお弁当はいつも食卓のみんなありがとね。じゃあレナのお弁当
Rena's bento was a beautiful mix of the two colors of eggs and mincemeat, and it too was a bento staple. The Soboro bento. She had been through with the side dishes, or thorough with the side dishes as well, and they were abundant in number. She had spent more time than usual on it, but it was unassuming and truly nonchalant. One couldn't ignore the household warmth in it that Mion's bento lacked.
さすがですわね。これは高得点が期待できましたよ。
さすが厳しめに見ても減点の余地は全くないね。相変わらず見事。
Once again, every one of the judges wrote a score on their note paper at the same time. There seemed to be some who were revising their opinions when they compared it to Mion's score too. The whole classroom seemed split between Mion and Rena, and on everyone's face it was clear that they all wanted to be tasted them rather than scoring them.
では続いて僕たちなのです。では公開するでございますわよ。
Come to think of it, Satoko and Rika-chan ate with me last night at my house. It was impressive that they still made a bento. Both their bentos were clearly lacking compared to Mion's artfulness and Rena's perfection. However, because of that, you could sense from them how hard they worked. The toppings were a little on the rough side, but you could still feel like they tried their hardest. It made you feel a little biased so that you'd give them more points. A few people struck by just that once again revised their opinions and wrote scores on their note paper.
サトコもよく今日のお弁当を用意できレナやミオンの出来には確かに劣るかもしれないけどそれを考えるとかなりすごいことだぜ。
Satoko and Rika-chan glanced at each other and grinned happily.
実は内緒でございますの。こにょこにょこにょこにょ。
Eh? What? When Satoko told me, I broke off from the others and secretly looked for my classmates' bento boxes. There, Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun's bento boxes. Oh no. Half of the contents were missing. Not bad. In the end, Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't made their bento today. A bold move. They got Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun to share their bentos with them.
おい、富田君、岡村君、何を条件に買収され
いきなり何ですか前原さん。私たちがいつ何を買収されたって言うんですか。
そうっすよ。別にサトコたちに水やり当番を代わってもらうくらいで弁当を半分なんか。
Curse you, Satoko. What an imprudent trick. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines, and laughed in triumph.
あら、これはケイチさんに学ばせてもらった技で。なのです。
Oh ho ho, Nana desu. How naive buying them out with water duty alone. They're men. If you're going to buy them out, you need to use something a lot spicier than that. For example, like giving them 3 tickets to walk Satoko and Rika-chan around like dogs all day on all fours, wearing tails with leashes around their necks. That freaking Keiichi is weird, dude. Like he's like that was his go-to thought of like what to trade them. I mean whatever floats your boat, really, but like at the same time, whoa, that would be enough to get me to do anything. As I was lost in my wild fantasies, Mion clapped me on the shoulder and called me back to reality. Damn, it was just getting good.
さて次はいよいよケイちゃんの昨日の予告だとかなりのものが期待されるけど。
ケイチ君ってやるときにはレナ、今日はとっても楽しみにしてたんだよ。
They're all looking forward to it. But it's really just leftovers from dinner last night. I didn't even make it either. How's that supposed to stand up to Mion and Rena and the others?
見て驚くなよ。
I tore the lid off my bento box. There weren't very many cheers. Well, I guess there wouldn't be.
ケイチ君も精一杯頑張ったん。レナはその頑張りわかる。
レナ、無理に褒めなくていいぞ。
どんな具合です。ケイチさんにしては頑張ってる方ですの。
まあその頑張りは認めてあげたいけどね。勝負は非常だしね。
It was like it spoke for everyone's opinion, just like that.
ケイチ君、初挑戦なのにこんなに上手に作れたんだよ。みんなもっともっと評価してあげてもいいと思うんだけどな。でも勝負は非常なのです。
さーてケイちゃん、採点結果を集計する前に
申し開き。
ケイちゃんがここで何かを訴えることでわずかな得点加算が望め何しろ今日の勝負はビリでさえなければいいんだから、うまくすればなんとか罰ゲームから逃れることが。
それって暗にケイチさんのお弁当がビリって言ってるのと同じことでしてよ。
別におじさん、誰の弁当がビリなんて言ったつもりはないんだけどな。
In contrast, Satoko's smile was growing somehow awkward. Oh, right. This bento was filled with last night's side dishes. That means it was basically a bento that Satoko made. And Mion outright said that it would come in last
兄
place.
ちゃん、ちょっと意地悪だよ。ケイチ君がかわいそう。
レーナ、ケイちゃんも今日の弁当勝負は負けられないってあらかじめ知ってたんだよ。それを承知で昨日あれだけのお見栄を切ったんだからさ、甘やかす必要なんて全然ないと思うけどな。ねえサトコ。
ええ、そうですわね。それでこのざまなんですから笑っちゃいましたよ。ちょっとさとこちゃん、笑うなんていけないんだよ。だってちゃんちゃらおかしくて笑ってしまうようなお弁当でしたよ。こんなお惣菜屋さんで買ってきたようなおかず、本当に幻滅もいいところでしたよ。
Aww.
ほら、これなんか缶詰を開けただけだよね。こっちのキュウリは包丁が通ってなくて綺麗に切れてない。ケイちゃん、包丁とか全然扱ったことないでしょ。経験不足が明らかなんだよね。
経験不足もいいところでございましたよ。
彩りもかなり単調。こればかりはセンスのなさに呆れるね。
そりゃ弁当箱に食い物を詰めるなんて多少見栄えが悪いのは仕方が。
ケイちゃん、弁当箱への詰め方以前の。富田、岡村、解説。
Tomita-kun and Akumura-kun were chosen from our mini-classmen. Tomita-kun quickly adjusted his glasses and took a step forward.
前原さんのお弁当にそれはご存知の通り、あらゆる色彩、つまりバランスよく配色を求めるなら。
Do people really care about color schemes in bento boxes? What?
しかるに前原さんのお弁当は白黒を除いた場合、暗緑色しか残らないんですよ。
I mean, sure presentation, but primary colors? Get the... What the fuck? I had forgotten. Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun had been brought out by Rika and Satoko, so they were trying their hardest to let them win and make me lose, weren't they? What strong wills they have. It was charming, if only because they were working so hard despite having been bought
お
out.
かずも心のこもらないお惣菜や缶詰ばかり。つまり前原さんのお弁当、心、味のうち2つを欠けていると断言できるのです。
The cast room, convinced by the elucidation of the mystery they were thoroughly baffled with, raised mysterious groans of admiration.
愛もなければ決まったね、前原圭一。
ちょっと冷たいけど、でもこれを機にケイチ君もお料理の楽しさに。そんなことより 罰ゲームが僕以外なら何でもいいのですよ。
Brenna was giving a dry, smile as well.
決まりましたわね、ケイ。罰ゲームはケイイチさんで決まりですのよ。
She laughed in such a vile manner, but she didn't look like she meant it. I knew that Satoko was speaking ill of a bento that she practically made for herself in front of the whole classroom, but I could tell how painful that laughter was. Okumura-kun said before that this bento lacked spirit. But among all the bento laid out here today, there wasn't a single one with as much spirit as this one. This is a cute story. Can the rest of the story be cute? It's not going to be cute. But this is cute. I mean, it's sad, but it's cute. This meal that she made for me yesterday in such a good mood, though it looked like she was in a bad one. I won't let it end with this slander.
さて、ビリのケイイチさん、そろそろおとなしく負けを認めなさいませ。
ちょっと待ってもらおうか。
I began to speak in a low voice. The expressions of all the members of the club changed. Neon clicked her tongue. This man was baring fangs at the last moment again.
俺の弁当の敗因はそういう解説だったな。間違いないな、岡村君。
Komura-kun, who had been suddenly placed in the spotlight, looked flustered for a moment, but immediately he stammered in reply that I was right.
心の定義は何だ？苦労か？努力か？汗か涙か？その結晶か？ならば俺の手に残るこの火傷は何の評価に？
ケイイチ君、それ油が跳ねた火傷？
Great, the burn marks from when I almost caused a fire yesterday looked like I was having a ton of trouble cooking. I could clearly tell that the classroom was forced to acknowledge the effort I put into it.
ほう、自らの料理の下手さによる失敗をやはりこの男油断ならない。
そうだ、俺は下手だ。昨日大見えを切ったのが情けなくなるくらいに料理が下手だ。戦った。そしてこの成果を出した。それは心じゃないの。どうなんだ。
レナは認めてあげたいな。挑戦する心が評価されなかったら誰も前に進めない。
If their defiant spirit doesn't get valued, the girls in the class started to nod in agreement. Okay, the tables are turning. But Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun, bought out by the objects of their unrequited affection, weren't about to lose either. They shifted the counterattack, clearly exceeding the price they were paid.
なるほど。前原さんの気持ちはですがね、心だけで料理が決まるんだったら、そうっすよ。心を込めて頑張りましたって言ってコックが消し炭みたいなハンバーグを持ってきたら、それにお金を払います？払わないですよね。
Okay.
つまりそういうことなんです。
That's right, that's how it goes. The male students took Tomita and Okumura's side. God, they did have a
で
point.
も心尽くしなんだぞ。たとえ真っ黒のハンバーグが出てき、それを作ってくれた母の苦労を知るなら、俺は食う。完食してみせる。
Clap, clap, clap. This time the female students in the class took my side. Good. Now we're even.
そもそもお弁当というのは愛情を食事の形として昇華させたもので、それは相手に伝わって初めて意味があるんです。前原さんのお弁当からはそれが伝わりますか？いいえ。
The girls in the class began to boo loudly at this remark. Or at his remark. Not even Okumura-san was panicking.
交換人は発言を慎むように。
裁判長、俺はここでこの弁当にどれだけの心が込められているかについて料理学の権威。
レナはこのお弁当には心がこもってると思う。確かに稚拙なところは多いかもしれないけど、でもお料理は上辺だけじゃないと思うの。
The girls in the class began to give cries of support as they all applauded. In response, all the men in the class began to boo.
裁判長、前原さんと竜宮さんの意見は極めて感情的で、一般常識としてかけ離れて採用するには不適切です。
静粛に検察側の反証を認めます。どうぞ。
例えば本件をお弁当ではなく誕生日のプレゼントだと置き換えてか、例えば誕生日の日に私富田が手編みのセーターをもらったとする。そして彼岡村は図書券を1万円分もらったとする。
That felt strangely real. Is it actually just an example?
常識的に考えてどちらに心がこもっているかは明白。つまり手編みのセーター、これはお弁当に言い換えれば手作りのおかずが相当する。そして単なる金券に過ぎない図書券はお金で買うもの、すなわち無味簡素な缶詰に相当する。
The girls and the boys all began to argue themselves about presents. They were talking about what they received as presents in the past. Damn. Tomita-kun, he changed the subject to something that could easily grab everyone's attention. Not bad. I'll lose the initiative at this rate.
意義あり。本件はお弁当の心について問うものです。誕生日のプレゼントという特殊な状況とは全く異なります。
却下します。検察側、続けなさい。
さて、ここで大事なのは送り手の心と受け手の心は全く違うという点です。皆さんの目の前に実際に手作りのちょっと左右の竹の崩れてるセーターと1万円分の図書券が置かれていて、図書券でしょう。1万円コミックスが何冊買えるか、十数巻程度の単行本なんか面白おかしい漫画が何十冊。これによって癒される心の嫉妬とセーターでは比べ物にならないのです。
The boys unanimously praised that with applause. Materialistic brats. But all guys that age are like that. Even I would choose the gift certificate over the sweater in that case. Hey, wait. Weren't you guys the ones who said it was about love, spirit, and taste right at the start? Since when did taste trump all? That's the stance they're taking now.
以上より送り手の心と、つまり前原さんがどれだけ苦労してお弁当、それは私たち受け手が最低。
それは詭弁だぞ、富田君。心は確かにある。それが伝わるかどうかは受け手の問題だ。そうよ。
Jesus Christ. This went downhill real fast. What are we, on the internet? We've created the internet in a small town of Hinamizawa. Now the courtroom is in chaos. But I can't allow myself to lose. And not only to avoid the punishment game, but also to protect Satoko's honor.
さて、弁護側は今のに何か反論はある？
Slowly and strongly I nod and step up to the dais. Tomita-kun, Okumura-kun, do you two really think you could beat me with mere words?
今検察側は送り手の心とは無関係に評価が行われ、それに間違いはありませんね。
At some point I began speaking formally.
そう、前原さんがどんなに苦労して作ったお弁当でも。
では検察側に尋ねます。私前原が今日の自分の弁当としてこのお弁当とその評価はどちらも同じものなのですか？
Prosecution hesitated to speak. Gotcha.
そう、手作りの弁当とコンビニ弁当では全く比較にならないのです。どんなにひどい手作り弁当であっても、ただ買ってきただけのコンビニ弁当とでは、そしてそれは評価されている。つまり手作りによる心はちゃんと受け手に伝わってるのです。それを認めよ
う。There's so many like fucking like Super Smash Brothers like home run bat sounds. Just like all over the place. It's like full, full, full. With those impactful words drawn in the air behind me, I pointed my finger. The girls, led by Rena, broke into applause. Some of the boys were admitting it too.
認めましたね。認めましたね。では次にコンビニ弁当にはなぜ心がないかについて移りましょう。そもそも弁当で伝える心とは何なのか。
前原さんは抽象表現で法廷を煙に巻こう。
却下します。面白そうだから最後まで聞くように。
Got them. Now I'll show you two the difference between
裁判
us.
長、ここでフルでリカ氏を証人として喚問したいと思います。
み
Even for Rika-chan, that must have seemed like a bolt from the blue. There's no doubt she never dreamed of the point of my spear would be aiming at her. But Rika-chan, you said it before. For this showdown, it doesn't
フルで
matter.
リカさん、あなたの今日のお弁当は実によくできていますね。美味しそうです。
みえ
Yes. Satoko and Rika-chan's bento has been made of half of Tomita-kun's and Okomura-kun's. The prosecutor's faces turned pale, but they were too late.
レナ、岡村くんの弁当箱を持ってきてくれないか。
うんいいよ。
裁判長、本件に僕のお弁当は何の関係もありません。
却下します。
裁判長、この岡村くんの弁当箱を見よ。この中身を。
ん半分しか入っていないね。
半分かどうかじゃないでしょう。もっとよく見てください。ほら。全く同じ内容だ。裁判長、見てのとフルでリカ氏のお弁当は岡村くんの盗品。そんなものに心がこもってる
Did
わ
I
け
just
がない。
fucking throw Rika under the bus for no reason? I mean, I guess I didn't want to lose, but throwing Rika under the... She was so nice. What? What? This game should really have choices. Like, I would not at all.
いや、これは単なる偶然で。
もう明白でしょう。心とは送り手と受け手のキャッチボールならば弁当箱は、そして本来このお弁当は彼岡村だから、この弁当箱に詰まった心は彼岡。それを割り込んで奪ったらもうそれに心はないのです。
あれそうなのリカちゃん、そうなのみぱ
What the fuck does me nipa mean? Me nipa? Just random sounds.
なるほどね。
Yeah, and the judge folded her arms and began to hum. I couldn't even take a guess as to what Mian was laughing about. Frankly, I didn't know whether I would win or lose.
よし、判決の前に主文からにしようかね。まず被告前原圭一の弁当が客観的評価として非常に出来の悪いものであるのは間違いない。
You guys are like demon, but I'm gonna look through you face.
それはこうしてみんなの採点の集計結果が物語ってるからね。でもケイちゃんの言う通り、心もまた隠し味として認められるべきだよ。でもそれは得点評価で言えば小数点以下、本当に微細なもので、その出来具合の評価を改めるには至らない。さて、ここでそもそもの今日の弁当勝負の原点を探りたい。そもそも今日、そう、被告前原圭一が自炊できるか否かが問題になり、その
そうだよ。ケイチ君はちゃんと作ってきたよ。
It stung my conscience a bit, but for the showdown, it didn't matter.
ならばこの勝負の大前提は自炊、すなわち手作りであるか否かだよね。でもリカちゃんはそれを怠ったとなると、それは出来以前の問題、すなわち失格ってことになるのかな。
ニパ
I I'm kind of mad that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sell out freaking one of the cutest, like, what?
悪く思うなよ。部活は非常なのだ。
Yo, I'm so mad.
さすが圭一なのです。
I'm starting out mad in this one. I'm starting out
最後ま
angry.
で頑張りましたですよ。
I hate that so much.
というわけでこれにて一件落着。今日のビリはフルで理科。
That's dumb. That's so dumb. That's so freaking dumb. I'm so mad. That's gonna freaking, I'm gonna have to be untilted from that.
よくもこんなひどいお弁当でビリを免れましたのね。
ビリになんかなるわけないだろ。この弁当のどこにビリになる要素があるってんだ。
だってこんな出来の悪いお惣菜や缶詰ばかりでセンスもなくて、それから
Satoko was speaking more and more poorly of herself as time went on, so I roughly grabbed her head and began to stroke
言っ
it.
たろ、心が大事だって。この弁当は上辺だけじゃない。いろんな味にあふ。
でも心だけじゃお味なんて全然変で。
どこが変なんだ。俺はうまい。うまかった。だから詰めてきた。本当に夕べの飯がまずかったら詰めてなんか来ないぞ。食パンと牛乳パックを持って投稿してくる。
でも
Oh, shut up already. I caressed her head and swinging it from side to side. At some point, Rena had come up behind us. She was giggling to herself. Get out of here with this! She can't. That was the face of someone who had known everything from the
い
beginning.
つ頃から俺が作ったんじゃないって気づ。
圭一くんがやけどを見せてくれた時かな。だって圭一くんのお弁当に油で炒めるおかずなんか入ってないし。レナさんは何か誤解してるではございませんの？私は別に何も。あれ？このお弁当、さとこちゃんが作ったんじゃないんだ。じゃあやっぱり圭一くんの手作り。じゃあ圭一くんの手作りなんだね。
Rena smiled roguishly, then turned from Satoko to me.
きゅうりとかを切るときは包丁をほら彩りなんかはね、お野菜を上手に加えるといろいろ表現ができるんだよ。
This lecture was clearly not meant for me.
でも前に見せてもらった時よりもずっと上達、ちゃんとお勉強してるんだね。きっとこの調子ならもっともっと上手にお料理が作れるようになるよ。
She continued saying words clearly meant for Satoko while facing me instead. Satoko was wearing an ambiguous look and couldn't even nod her head at
と
her.
にかく誰が何と言おうと俺は今日の弁当を気に入ってるんだ。
They gave Satoko a lot of like new shits in this one.
今日ばかりは誰にも分けないからな。
A lot of new poses.
俺が一人で全部食う。
あ、ケチなんだ。レナも食べてみたいな。
As we were going back and forth, Satoko rubbed her eyes as though she was drowsy, then announced to Mion and everyone else.
富田さんにお弁当を分けてもらいましたの。
バカ。北条、なんで
Oh,
言っちゃうんだよ。
is this what we're doing? Because I'll do this, dude. Freaking, oh yeah, and if she had kept it a secret, then at least she would have been saved. Tomita-kun looked at her with a, just make it a draw. The draw, no one loses.
そうだったの？本当？ありゃ。
And spun her finger around and pointed to the hallway, sentencing Satoko to the punish game as well. Satoko left the classroom behind her, completely prepared as though she was going with Rika-chan on an errand.
理科だけに行かせられませんわ。地獄の底までお付き合いしましてよ。そんなとこまでついてこなくていいのですよ。まったく圭一さんも闇ですわね。理科だけを晒し者にするなんて 本当に意地悪な人でございます。
That's what I'm saying. I didn't mean I couldn't just return Satoko's kindness with malice.
ね、本当にサトコはおバカさんなのですよ。
I understand that this is like Satoko's chapter and like we're building her character up, which is cool because she's like my favorite main character. That's what I'm gonna say. Freaking Shion is a side character and I love her, she's best girl.
そろそろ行きましたよ。
But main characters, it's Satoko.
罰ゲームも部活メンバーの務めでございますわ。
Satoko seemed awfully happy, not flustered in the slightest, like she always was when she lost. Damn. Rika-chan's right after all. Everyone here is a moron.
ミオ、俺も白状するぞ。今日の弁当は俺が作ったんじゃない。俺も同じだ。だから行ってくるぞ。罰ゲーム。
Hey.
ケイちゃんまで？どうなってんの？
頑張ってね、罰ゲーム。救急箱を用意して待ってるからね。
あらかじめ救急車の手配を頼む。場合によっては霊柩車だな。
Maybe just a hearsay, just in case. Leaving a bewildered Mion and a happy smiling Rena behind in the classroom, I went into the hallway.
何やってるんです。せっかく買ってたのに、わざわざ罰ゲームに名乗りを上げるなんて、物好きにも程があるでございましたよ。
そうだな。物好きにも程があるぜ。
まったく、今日の罰ゲームを甘く見すぎです。私たちならともかく、ケイチさんじゃ大変なことになる。肋骨な1本や2本の覚悟は終わりでしょうね。
肋骨は痛そうだな。俺。
ケイチさんはおとなしく私の相槌を打っているんですのよ。私とリカでうまくやりますから。まったく、罰ゲームの面倒まで私が見なくちゃダメなんて。まったく。
I already knew that her pouty behavior was a sign that she was actually in a really good mood. So it made me want to smile.
またいつか作ってくれ。俺さ、野菜炒めが食いたいんだけど、サトコ作れるか？
は？
Are we gonna like hang out?
頑張ればできないことはありませんわよ。上手に作れますです。サトコの野菜炒めは大好きなのです。
She was uneasy at first, but when she got assurance from Rika-chan, she turned back and looked at me with once more confident
じゃあ
eyes.
決まりだな。今日学校が終わったら、俺じゃあ何を買えばいいのか全然わかんないし。
それもそうですわね。ケイチさんじゃスーパーでお買い物なんてまだまだ早いでしょうし。私が見てなければ不安ですからね。そのサトコも
Yeah, let's hang out.
僕が見てないと間違えたお買い物をしちゃう。リカ。
Conversation continued as we walked until we arrived at the door to the teacher's lounge. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, because it seems like some shit is about to go down with this punishment game. We're gonna go ahead and save it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And, I have a feeling, like, I was mad. I started out mad, but I'm okay now because we sacrificed all ourselves, so like everybody's doing the punishment game, and I like that. That's cool. It's cool camaraderie. And then we're like, oh, let's go freaking shopping later for like food supplies. That sounds like the best. That sounds like the best time. So I'm excited that me, Satoko, Rika, we're just gonna hang out, watch some TV or some shit, and yeah, I'm interested to see if, because Satoko's on the cover, right? In the past previous games, it's been Rena has been evil, Mion has been evil, Satoko was gonna be evil? Either that, or it's gonna be a really cute, sad story, and I would love it if it was a really cute, sad story. Like, if this third chapter is just like relationship building, and then like some sad shit happens, this would be like my favorite chapter, because Satoko's like, I don't know. I just like how she's kind of like she's like a standoffish child. She's like, what? I don't need this. And she like pouts a lot. I think it's funny and it's great. That and her best friend is Rika, who's like the cutest piece of crap in the game. So I say piece of crap because I know she's gonna be evil at some point, right? Like, all these people are gonna be evil. Probably. I hope Satoko doesn't turn evil. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure that everybody turns evil. I'm sure that's how it works. But I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of this, whenever that may be. And peace out, you guys.